Here we go. Okay. Let's do another example. I mean, really, again, the best way to learn this kind of method, or really almost anything in math, is to do examples. You know, that's what we do. So let's do another one. This one's kind of similar. So from the first, again, with substitution, right? What we want to do is use one of the equations to get one variable in terms of the other. I fixed this down here. Here it was the second step. I don't know why I wrote the second step here, but it's really the first step. But anyway, from the first equation, it's just like what we did before. We got y in terms of x. It's just like the previous example. So now what I'm going to do is take this and substitute it into the other equation. Remember, you want to use both equations, okay? And if you substitute, let me just, okay, make sure the mic was on. If you were to substitute this back into the first equation, what we got y in terms of x, if you were to plug this back in here, you know, that's not going to get you anywhere. You want to use both equations. So let's do that. If we substitute this into the other equation, the second one in this case, this is what we get, right? This is our y. We're plugging it in to the equation. We get this, as you can see. Right? And what happens when we do that? Well, we distribute the minus 2. That's why this becomes a plus 10. Remember, you want to distribute the negative here, not just 2, but negative 2. So we have 4x minus 4x. Minus is plus, plus 10. Let me do this. This will help. So we have this. This. That looks really nice. Hopefully I'm getting better drawing. So we have this now. That's why we get this, negative 4x plus 10. But what happens here? The 4x's cancel. Okay, but what do we end up with? We end up with 10 equals 15. Well, that's nonsense. You know, 10 doesn't equal 15, right? That doesn't make sense. So because of that, this system has no solutions. So this system here, it has no solutions. Again, we were solving it, and we get something like this, something that clearly doesn't make sense. So there can't be any solutions here. Okay, here's another one. This one's a little bit similar. This one's similar. Since we have the first equation again from here, right? We again can get y in terms of x, same exact steps. So that's why I'm not writing out the steps again, because it's the same steps from this one and in fact from this one. See, the first equation is the same. So if we substitute like before, right? If we substitute like before, we're going to get this 4x minus, excuse me, minus 2 times 2x minus 5. So we have this, right? Again, we're distributing, right? We are distributing. We have minus 2 times 2x minus a negative that becomes plus 10, as you can see. So we get 4x minus 4x plus 10 equals 10. So we get 10 equals 10. And why did I write that's not true? That's crazy. And we get something that's true, right? Actually, let me cross this whole thing out. So we get something here that's true, right? 10 equals 10. Notice there's no variable there in this statement. So in this statement, right, we have something that's true. There's no variables here. That tells us there are infinitely many solutions. There are infinitely many solutions. So that's what we get here. Are there any questions about this or the previous one or the previous example? Okay. Now this one I want everyone to try. So what I'm going to do is, like before, I'm going to stop the recording. I'll set the timer for about 5 minutes, and I'll let everyone try this. Okay. Let me just do that.